Hi, welcome to Sage Blue Tarot. Today is May 18th, 2021, and I'm going to get started with the collective reading using tarot cards, asking, what does collective need to hear today? What does collective need to hear today? We've got the Empress upright. With this card, it's to me the balance of all of the elements brought into this present moment. We've got the Seven of Swords reversed. So I'm kind of sensing like there's maybe, and the Seven of Wands upright. A lot of that seven energy. Let's pull some cards. The Hanged Man reversed. So I'm sensing that you're getting a new way of looking at your life. I feel like there's been a lot of transformation, a lot of evolution and movement, a lot of major shifts in your relationship, job, life, maybe even a home. I feel like maybe you've been moving recently or thought about it. I can sense that maybe you've been betrayed or are somehow feeling like you betrayed people right now, but you're also kind of getting over it. I feel like you're kind of being like, well, this is kind of what needs to happen. Like this shift needs to happen. And if you don't like it, like that's also a part of this. And you're kind of unburdening yourself from what other people think of you and what you should do for them or what you've been doing for them and are now withholding or changing, shifting. The Seven of Wands upright, I can kind of sense that you feel this battle, and this could be internally and externally. You could be, because you're going through so many changes, I feel like there's so many parts of your personality that are coming up that are being like, well, you should do this, you shouldn't do that. So there's kind of like this internal battle and dialogue going on what you should be focusing on, putting your attention on. And because these external forces are also not sure about what you're doing or where you're headed, or they're kind of not sure of their position in your life right now, they're also kind of fighting with you. But because this card is envisioned as a man on top of a cliff holding a wand with six wands coming up at him from below, I can sense that you are still in an empowered state, even though you might not feel like it, right? Because you're so busy battling yourself, battling these other people. With the Hangman reversed, I feel like what's useful for you at this point in time is to go ahead and look at your current life situation, your reality as it is, in a different way, right? Like try to see maybe the bigger picture, kind of like zoom out from what's going on right now and see if you get any answers through there. Because the Empress upright, that to me is just like everything is working out for your highest good, for your best life, and everything, even though it might not feel like it, everything is for you, right? Like these people aren't actually against you, right? They're battling their own demons, their own shadows, right? Their projections that they put onto you, and you the same are also doing the same within yourself and with other people. So there's just that major seven energy of shift, mystery, transformation, not knowing how the pieces are going to land, not knowing what's going to happen, and just kind of feeling a little bit confused, a little bit maybe, I'm sensing like in denial about what's going on. Like maybe you might be pretending like, no, I'm okay. But you're really like battling right now. I'm kind of sensing like the strong energy of change, of the unknown. Three of Cups reverse to me shows that these friendships, these relationships have gone through a major shift, and right now is a good time to look inward and to kind of stop sharing your information with those that you know are not worthy of it, that are not going to understand you. Like stop explaining yourself to people, your new life, your ideas, if they're not people that are actually going to give you positive and good encouraging feedback, because you're going through a major change. It's really important to be aware of the energies that you're in contact with, right? And I'm kind of sensing like maybe you feel sad because these relationships have to end, right? And you're kind of seeing that now, like they have to end, or just end in a way that is safe for you to continue to grow. Oh, and the death upright. Yeah, this is just like so in tune with this time, because the eclipse season is right now, it's coming up, and right now is just that time to really assess your life, really assess where you are, where you want to go, and be honest with yourself, right? I feel like right now, like there's no room for being, I don't know, like self-deceptive. Like there isn't any room for that anymore. This is not the time. This is the time to put your awareness, your light onto the things that need to go, that need to change, need to shift. This could be self-doubting behavior, fears, obsessive thinking, anxiety, just things that you yourself, like notice what thoughts are coming up at this time. Notice if they're repetitive thoughts about a certain person or situation or event. Notice them and then meditate with them, because there's probably a lesson there for you, right? There's probably a lesson that needs to be integrated before you're able to fully let that go. And right now is the perfect time to do that. Go ahead and do this with everything that's coming up in your life right now. Take the time to do this. This is work. This is that spiritual type of life that really just affects everything. But if we don't take the time to do it, then it doesn't really get done. And then we're kind of in this denial, right? Like I'm just sensing like a strong denial. Like I'm sensing like maybe you don't want to do the work because it's painful, and because you want change, but like you don't want things to change during the change, or just something conflicting like that. And what needs to happen right now is just remove yourself from these friendships. If you have any appointments or events, I can kind of sense that you already made some commitments to some people, but now you're kind of in your mind backtracking because you can see some new light about this situation and you can see they're not good for you. Go ahead and just feel free to remove yourself. Just say you can't make it, say you don't want to, and you'll know how to handle it. You'll know how to deal with it. But just go ahead and give yourself that fresh perspective of seeing that this isn't happening to you, it's happening for you. These shifts need to happen for you to be in your full power, the Empress energy. I can sense that the Empress energy is there right now, but it's not at the forefront of your mind, of your life. It's not fully infused in your life as it could right now, because right now is not the time. But that Empress energy is there to remind you, like, this is what you're headed to. This is what you are manifesting. This is the bigger picture. But deaths need to happen in the form of relationships, inner shadow work. It's just endings need to happen for beginnings to happen. 10 of Cups reversed. To me, that card reversed or upright always means like the beautiful vision that you're focusing on. That beautiful vision of what you want to manifest and what you've been working on during this time. The Wheel of Fortune reversed came up. That to me just feels like the perfect card to kind of show what's happening right now. It kind of feels like you were holding a deck and now you threw it up in the air. And now you're kind of like, and now you're kind of like clasping at the cards, trying to catch them all, or trying to make them, you're kind of trying to get control of a situation that right now feels chaotic. But I advise for you to just surrender to it, right? Surrender to it and do the work that you know you need to do, right? And it's different for everybody, but if you meditate, if you ask yourself what you need right now, what you need to do, if you tune into your ancestors, your spirit team, and the universe, you'll get the answers that you're looking for. You'll get the guidance that you're seeking. You'll get the perspective that you need at this time that will actually pull you through this and take you into that next phase of your life, right? Because when we have strong mindsets that are perfect for a certain stage of our lives, they get us through tough times, right? Because they do something to our mind, to our perspective, to the way we see the world. So I feel you're going to be getting some insight on what that is going to be for you. And let's get the Queen of Pentacles reversed. So with this card, I'm kind of sensing like you feel a little bit nervous about where you are right now and where you're headed or how it's going in your relationships. Like you have everything right now, but you don't feel like you do. I'm kind of sensing like a scarcity mindset, right? So yeah, I would say just sit with yourself. If you feel chaotic today, it's okay. This is all working out in your favor, right? So, perfect. Definitely sensing some chaotic energy, a lot of emotions. On the back, I'm seeing the Five of Wands, which is conflict, right? Like you're definitely fighting battles that feel very dangerous to you, but in reality are just a part of your evolution and need to happen in order for you to, I'm sensing like just for you to fight for yourself, like for you to fight for your right to exist as you are authentically, right? So even though these fights feel very major right now, can kind of blow up and you can kind of hyper focus on them and then zoom in, zoom in, zoom in, and then they take over your whole perspective. Don't drown in that, right? Know that this conflict is going to pass and then you're going to come out stronger because of it. So thank you. And I'm going to pull from the Angelarium Oracle of Emanations deck. What does collective need to know today? I'm just kind of sensing that you were addicted to these people, these thoughts, these situations, but now is the time to admit your choice, your active participation in this, right? Like admit to yourself that maybe you enjoyed this conflict, maybe you enjoy this toxic relationship or toxic thought pattern, and in that way you can be empowered, right? Instead of kind of feeling like a victim, like, why is this happening to me? I'm just sensing a lot of shift needs to happen still. You know, I kind of sense like this is just a major shifting time where things need to be brought to light. Like you just need to be, like, give yourself tough love. I think that's what you need right now. Some good old-fashioned tough love from yourself, from your higher self. Okay, let's see. You've got Netza, right leg endurance. So for me, this card just always shows like, yes, you might be feeling like you're going through a very hard time right now, and that could be the case, right? It could be very, very painful. It could be very, very chaotic, very emotionful. I'm kind of sensing like a lot of rage is coming up and you don't really know where to put it. And you just kind of feel like you want to blame somebody and you want to blame yourself and others, and you're fighting with everybody and yourself. And you just kind of feel like this push and pull, push and pull, push. Like you're just in this conflict state right now. But Netza to me is a reminder of, with every single trouble, turmoil, problem, tension, stress, with all of this going on, you at the same time have equal power to handle this, to get through this, to traverse this terrain at this moment of time. Look for Netza. Netza to me is always so reassuring. It's just such a sweet reminder to think like, oh yeah, like I am powerful. Even though I might not feel powerful, like I still am guided through this. Like this is something that is meant for me to endure. Netza, right leg endurance. The seventh emanation, the force that resists. Stalwart in the face of adversity, this great leader carries us forth through our darkest times. Netza is the strength to endure, regardless of suffering. When we feel that we have reached our limits and yet new strength continues to emerge, we find the embrace of Netza. With any increase in force, he too grows stronger. Each challenge is met with equal vigor. The green orb is both the weight of a great boulder upon our shoulders and the strength needed to carry it. Supporting the pillar of mercy, Netza is the closest we get to the base of the tree before merging back into the middle. His station is one of constant stress and strain, supporting the weight of the tree by pressing back upward against it. Found in Victory, Exercise, Leadership. To me, this also is a reminder to just exercise. Make time to use your body. When we get in tune with our bodies, we can just really work out, like just work out all those chemicals that need to get moving, that need to get rid, like just get rid of these chemicals that need to get, I just kind of sense like you've been stagnant. Like you've been stagnant and you've been in this like almost petrified state of thinking and feeling, but not really allowing yourself to feel fully. So I feel like you have homework, you know, feel fully, do exercise, get the lead out, just do the best that you can to bring to light, like do the work, bring to light all that needs to be. It's like, I feel like you're taking out the trash, but you first have to just admit you have trash, right? Instead of saying like, oh, well, I'm going to use it later. Like, no, it's trash now. Okay, like maybe you liked it before, maybe it was useful, maybe it used to bring you joy, but it's trash now. So I feel like you need to admit first that it's trash, and then you'll have the strength to take it out, to start to collect it, to put it in the bag, to start to seal up that bag and take it out. But I feel like right now you're still in that stage of just admitting you have trash, right? Like I feel like that's what's going on right now. Admit that certain things need to go, even if you didn't want them to. Like, you know what needs to go, right? And on the back, Fanuel, Angel of Truth, to me, it just always shows like it's guiding you back to your authentic power, to your authentic truth, right? There's no point in pretending to be something or someone that you're not. Like, there's just no point for that. There's no need for that. If you want to keep doing that, then all right. But the things that you're manifesting and your vision isn't in line with what this is, right? You cannot stay where you've been to get to where you're going. Fanuel, Angel of Truth. Fanuel will wait for your arrival. It was here long before you arrived, standing at the threshold to the throne room. You may not have borne witness. Its sound may have escaped you, but Fanuel has waited there for you, eager to wrap you in a cloak of truth. Reality is ever present. It is a simple matter to find it. It is another, much more difficult task to understand that this truth can be different from truth. Hold the torch high. See what stands before you for what it is. Signs, wine, a torch, a bleeding eye. So, yeah, like hold that torch of truth up to the things in your life. Hold it up to your life, right? And then through this, you'll be able to just really see, just eye to eye, what needs to go. And you can start to prepare for this removal, for this death that is going to happen. So, yeah. That's the thing about life, too. Like, you can kind of try to run away from I don't know, from tough situations, but it's always just going to come back, you know. It's going to, the lesson's going to keep repeating until you learn it, until you do what you know you're supposed to do. Like, you can't avoid growth, even if you try to delay it. So, thank you. And now I'm going to pull from the Trust Your Vibes Oracle deck. What does collective need to hear today? What does collective need to hear today? Downtime. Call in your healer guides and meditate. So, downtime, just go ahead and take some time to do nothing. I feel like you've been on overdrive, so active, right? Like, so, I feel like you've had a big to-do list. Like, you have a big rest of your day, big rest of your week. Just take some time to be alone. Just rest, right? We also got instant feedback. So, calling your healer guides to me is just meditate, right? And then calling your spirit team. There's healer guides that are there for you and that will help you alleviate any kind of pain and suffering that you might be going through right now. Meditate to get that wisdom, meditate to establish that communication line with your spirit team, with your higher self, and then instant feedback. Instant feedback is interesting to me because it requires two people. I'm going to go ahead and read it right now. It's time to expand your six sensory toolkit and learn to use kinesiology, or muscle testing, as a means to get an instant vibe check on matters at hand. Muscle testing offers quick and reliable feedback when you can't access or don't trust your normal intuitive channels. The simplest way to muscle test is to find a partner who is willing to work with you. Next, place your right hand on your belly and raise your left arm out to the side. Think of your question, making certain it can be answered with a simple yes or no. With your question in mind, ask your partner to push gently down on your extended arm using the pressure of no more than 2 fingers. If the answer is yes, your arm will resist the pressure and remain strong and unmoved. If the answer is no, your arm will lose energy and power and drop to your side. It's that simple. Remember, the key is yes or no answers. Try it right now and see for yourself. So if you have somebody near you, a friend or partner, a family member, go ahead and do this in order to get clarity, right? Just ask direct questions, things that you can get yes or no answers to see what your body has to say, right? To see, because I kind of feel like you can't really trust yourself right now. It's just been so airy, like so much air energy right now. So you've been here, there, just you've been everywhere, like air and fire energy. Which makes sense, you know, it's just where we're at right now. It's this chaotic ending, so it makes sense. But try to do this to get more in tune with what you need to do, what actions you need to do, and take some time to just rest, just enjoy being, right? Like turn your phone off or on silent or on mute. I feel like it's really important to just disconnect mindfully from the outside world. With social media too, I can kind of, like, people can just reach you so easily, you know, it's just like, just turn off the notifications, just mute them, mute everything. You can always check them whenever you want to, whenever you decide to, but just kind of take back your power in this way. Realize that you're a human being and you need to rest. And what is it, like human be, not do? Like, we're not called human doings, right? So really step into just being, meditate on it. And I'm going to read Call on Your Healer Guides. Although you may be challenged with physical, emotional, or psychic imbalances at this time, do not fear. You have a team of divine healer guides committed to helping you. Turn your fears and concerns over to them and ask them to eliminate dissonance and disease in your body, mind, and spirit, whether known or unknown. If you have a specific health problem, ask your healer guides to work on that part of your body or mind. If you're concerned about the health of others, ask your healer guides to join with theirs to restore them to good health. Trust your guides and follow their lead. They work in many ways, but above all, they work with you to help yourself. They don't do the job of healing you alone, but assist you in taking a proactive role in your soul's well-being and your body's strength and vitality. You'll know you're on the right track by the ease and grace with which things flow to you. So, yeah, get in tune with yourself. Take time to meditate, heal, connect with yourself. Take time away from everybody, everything, commitments, relationships. Like, just take time to just really be quiet and to make space for your truth to come out, right? So for more wisdom to come through. So, yeah, that's going to be it for today's reading. And thank you for being here. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Hi, so now we're going to go ahead and move into the distance Reiki portion of the episode. I suggest laying or sitting in a comfortable position, but that is not necessary. Just be open to receiving Reiki healing energy. I suggest setting your own intention for the Reiki or just allowing my intention to take place, which is always for your highest good. I'm going to go ahead and take 3 deep breaths with you. Let's go ahead and inhale. Hold and exhale. Again, inhale. Hold and exhale. And inhale. Hold and exhale. I will now begin sending Reiki. when you are ready, start to come back into your body and open your eyes. Welcome back. Thank you so much for showing up today. And I suggest drinking water since a lot of energy is moved during Reiki sessions. And I will see you in our next episode. Thank you, and